These are among a host of offences people can find themselves guilty of under the regulations.
If you pretend to be someone that you are not. In other words, if you pretend to be an authorized officer, if you pretend to be a police officer when you are not, for purposes of these regulations and for purposes of combating, preventing, and controlling the further spread of the virus, then you would be liable for an offense. The second one, Denver, is that you will be liable for an offense if you, without verifying the truthfulness of information that you receive or the facts of a particular issue, that you would be liable for providing or sharing or spreading misleading information. Not only in respect, particularly in respect of the coronavirus, but also in respect of measures that are in place, for instance, or in respect of conduct of a particular individual or the position or illness of a particular individual. You will be liable under this particular regulations. The other is if you, for example, leave a quarantine facility without permission, for instance, or if you become a visitor at a facility that you were otherwise not allowed to visit, you would be liable for an offense. So those are the key offenses that exist currently. Also, if you provide false information on a register when you go to an event, something that we have picked up happens a lot. People provide incomplete information, wrong cell phone numbers, and so forth. And I know that the Minister of Health has indicated that this is a problem sometimes because when they start doing contact tracing, it's very, very difficult to find people that they would otherwise have to subject to a test. If, for example, you present yourself with symptoms that are consistent with COVID-19 and you don't present yourself for testing, that is also actually an offense. So,
organizers of events who do not implement the preventative measures are also liable. The fines would be determined by the courts in terms of the public environmental and health laws. Though not fixed on the minimum, the Act states the maximum to be $100,000 or 10 months imprisonment for the violators.
We also want to express our concern to some extent at certain events, be it weddings, funerals, where we tend not to adhere to the public health protocols. We want to caution members of the public to continue to be vigilant and to ensure that they adhere to the relevant health measures in order to make sure that we don't exacerbate, we don't make the situation any worse, since it is always possible that we might have a spike